I mean, I'm really not a materialistic person, but I have a lot of tools. And they're really hard to get because everybody saw me playing them and now they're like fucking $4,500. And when I started playing them, nobody wanted them, they were $500. And I'd have to do a medical experiment in a fucking college. Like, sure, just whatever drug you want to put in me, I need that fucking guitar because I'm going someplace. And I'm not working at fucking Taco Bell. Now, Spotify takes requests, I don't. I'm a human being, I fucking do what I want. There's not enough money in the world. Go home, listen to Spotify, fucking go on, whatever you want, man. Prince, tell the fucking masturbate, I don't give a shit what you do, okay? Who you go for or what you do. I'm doing what I do. Sort of this weird cowboy stance, and then I go back to the verse and I'm just standing there, and then I go to sing that part. I just channel him up just for that one thing, like, just for that one line. I don't know why. Do you notice that I do that? Oh, just on that song. But on Government Gear, I turned into George Harrison when I step on the pedal. You can only hear it in the guitar. I never turn into Paul McCartney, or at least admit that. Just kidding. I don't like him, but I like his bass approach. Used to. I made this call to, there's a guy, you know, I have my own record label, I own all my shit, I always have. But, so there's this guy, Stuart, who works with me. I like to say, people work with me, you know, instead of, all you motherfuckers work for me, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, so there's this guy that works with me, Stuart, and he runs my label in London. And, I call him from Iceland, and this is when I used to drink, and I'm like recording in the studio, and I'm like, do you have any objections with me calling this song Bring Me the Head of Paul McCartney on Heather Mills' wooden peg, parenthetically entitled Dropping Bombs on the White House? Do you think that's okay? And he's like, I don't care. So then I find out Paul McCartney's like, then I called another record, Who Killed Sgt. Pepper? And he literally tried to ask a lawyer in the UK to stop it from going on iTunes, and they're like, dude, you can't stop fucking, he's asking a question, you can't stop him from asking a question, who killed Sgt. Pepper? The fact that you can play tricks on the algorithm, and I want to encourage everybody who's ever doing anything, you can just fuck with anybody and just name your shit. If you're actually making stuff, just glue it. Like, this guy from New Order stole one of my fucking songs, so I just wrote a song called, instead of New Order Blue Monday, I called it Blue Order New Monday, and Shazam, it's right next to Them Forever. And I'm like, whatever, dude. You know, I don't fucking care. Now when anybody looks for your biggest hit, I'm right there forever. Thanks. And you can't get away. You can't get away on Google. You can't get away on iTunes. It's an algorithm. So anyways, before I went on tour, I wrote 45 songs and recorded them and basically mixed them in the 2.5 weeks. Plus I did 2 Primal Scream remixes and wrote several songs for the Charlatans UK all at once. So tonight, you know, like that Groove Is in the Heart song we just played, that's another thing. That song, the one with the hip-hop beat, whatever, that we just played vaguely, hip-hop beat, I called up Courtney Taylor for the Danny Warhols, and I'm like, dude, I was like, Court, do you have any objections to me calling my new song Distort Land? Yeah, you know, he knows the joke because that's the new album. And the song, this song's more dope. So anyways, yeah, so there was a dead silence on the phone and then I said, nah, I'll think of something else. I waited like 3 minutes and I go, I'm gonna call it Grooves in the Heart just to fuck with people's heads. Because there really are no rules. But recycle, right? You know what? I wouldn't go so far as to say they suck. I took my wife to see them for the first time, and wait 1 second. The one trick pony that they were riding that evening when they rode very well. See, it was absolutely completely in check. So that's their own thing. It didn't suck. It was actually completely the fidelity. For me, like this goes back to the crayon box. For me, I personally need a lot of fucking crayons. You know, I can't deal with the 3 that come in your Burger King Happy Meal. I need to fucking have a lot of fucking colors to express myself.
He's off on something. I've never heard
Although my friend Hawkins, who plays with me in my other group, Tess Parks, I have a Tess is a force of nature too. Anyways, he's so funny. He took one of Wolfgang, my younger son's coloring pages, and he was like a marching guy, and he just colored it in perfectly black, the whole thing, and it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. He just pulled one crayon and did it all black. I was like, that's so cool. Ready? That's right. I would never vote for fucking Hillary Clinton because there's no way in hell she's gonna fucking save the bees. I haven't heard her say jack shit about saving the bees. You know for a fact she's sitting on a fucking mountain of honey in that Goldman Sachs bunker. They've got like fucking 500 billion honey bears just all fucking in the Rockies, like 3 miles inside solid granite. They're like, fuck the bees. Fuck Russia and China and the bees. We can't have fucking bees on our space station. Richard Branson, hurry this shit up.
Wow.
Lance Bates paid for a ticket. He's getting fucking pissed. He wants to feel his balls drop. He needs to fucking punch a hole in the atmosphere to feel his balls drop for fucking 30 seconds. Fuck your cancer. My name is Angelina Jolie and I have 6 beautiful black babies, motherfucker. I'm going to space, you're not. For 15 minutes. God.
I'm scared. Why is it in other cities?
All these motherfuckers, you're going to tell you, the TV's going to tell you that your favorite movie star is going to go to Kosovo and bitch and moan about fucking, oh my god, look what they're doing to the Muslims, they took away their state in the middle of this thing. Meanwhile, they built an air base so we could prevent the Serbians from aligning with the Russians, and that's why that was there. Not because there was an imaginary demographic of Muslims that were being mistreated. It was a war that they instigated so we could have a military base inside the middle of an ally of the Soviet bloc. The former Soviet. That's the truth. And you can't trust, where the fuck is Coney? Remember that guy wigging out? put him on the guest list every single show, he never shows up. So we have the Belt playing with us for a couple shows. That can only be a good thing. I'm hoping to record with them in the future. Or weirder. Because it's an excuse to get them to Berlin, and from Berlin you can fly anywhere. And you get basically, you get these $30 tickets. You can go anywhere except in Paris and London because of the tax. You know, so, will you shush for a second? So, anyways, before I slap the fire out of you, anywhere in Europe, if you have a buddy in another country, you see it's always cheaper to order a ticket from an airline from someplace else, not from where you're at, because their computer knows. So that's the trick. They charge you more from where you're at because they've got you on all airlines. So if you can have your friend punch in a computer for another location, like they're booking this weird thing. And so it's like 30 to go anywhere in Europe from Berlin, anywhere except Paris and London, because there's a tax at the airport. So you get those for 100. What I'm trying to say is if I could get their asses to my studio in Berlin, they can go play anywhere in the fucking continent for nothing. For nothing. They can book a show and go, have the gear there, we'll just bring guitarists. Thanks, we'll get on an airplane. We'll be there. And then they can come back and record. That's all I'm saying. Now why don't you shut up so I can fucking focus? Annoying. Don't hit anybody, don't bop anybody. Didn't you learn that in preschool? Be careful, she's gonna morph from an American flag into an F-16 and back into an eagle. I know the type. Just turn on Fox News, they're there all the time. They'll be like some fucking football-looking pig goal guy. And all of a sudden it'll morph into a cruise missile and back into an American eagle and then to an American flag and then to F-16. And you don't even need acid. But I would love to like fucking get like 20 guys and break into Fox and then just fucking get in the video room like all of a sudden morphing into a wolf. You know, and it's like, what the fuck? Count Chocula. Back to the American flag. Oh no! Some off-color fucking Disney cartoons.
Oh my god.
They don't want you to see anymore that are banned from YouTube. It's just like fucking bottom everybody out.
She found a chair upstairs and she worked all night. So she's happy.
Nixon talking shit. Talking about how much he loved Nixon and Alderman rapping about how much they love Cambodian food. Like they're like, all my bitches are from Laos. You don't know shit about fucking Cambodia, bro. Dude, come on. Lay off the sauce. You know, when I was a little kid, I kind of cued into this this sentence that Dylan sang where he's like, well, if my thought dreams could be seen, they'd probably put my head inside a guillotine. So he was saying something that I relate to because a lot of times, like, in his music, well, see, maybe he's faking it. Because I know a lot of folk guys that said some heavy shit. Bobby Jameson was one of them. Way heavier than fucking Bob Dylan ever said. If you listen to There's a War Going On, it's much more fucking pointed than fucking anything Dylan ever said. But but I could relate to what he was saying, and a lot of my songs when I'm recording, I'm really interested in conceptual art, and that's why I stop the songs when they're not right, because it lives or it dies in this medium, not in my records. So my records are like I press record and make something up, I don't think about it. So it doesn't matter if I don't finish the lyrics, because for me it's about the suspension of disbelief in creation. So the minute I get into my own trance and can break out of it, then I'm satisfied. Because I'm not trying to create an albatross around my neck like, say, there's two different ways that works. It could be like the Stone Roses. You can create a record in 1989 and never make another new one again. Everybody will be like, what the fuck is your... Well, that's not good enough. And here you are, you're 60 years old, trying to make a record. Or it can be like Radiohead and Beck. You could make like, you could be like Beck, Sea Changes. He's never gonna make a better sounding record. He can make 100 of those fucking records, and it's just gonna be down to you enjoying and making records. Radiohead, they got a new record coming out. It's like, they're never gonna make a better sounding record. They're just gonna get other people, other DJs, they're gonna get Burial to make some electronic blips and blobs, and then he's gonna moan, piss and moan over the top of him and go, yeah, I love that guy, I enjoy listening to his records. But for me, I've yet to make one really interesting recording. Like, so when I'm in New York, 2 days from now, I'm gonna actually talk to Tony Visconti, because in my mind, it's me and that guy that are going to be the only two guys that are actually going to do the next Cosmic Dancer. So in my head, except I'm not going to get it. I was a Keebler fucking out. I sang like a little loud. Isn't it strange to sing like that? But I really want to make something like that smooth once. But I'm not going to try to let him charge me for it. I'm going to go, no, you're going to do this because it's fucking real. But he's cool. But, so going backwards, on that particular song, you know, I kind of mumbled on the record. And then the first time we're like playing at Glastonbury, I'm like, no, actually what I want to say is that you want to cut that on BBC television, okay, for a year straight. It's on the red button. I'm like, no, what I actually want to say is this idea, like, you want to cut off the head of the queen and steal her rings, but just don't upset her. Which the concept is like, well, that's all fine and well to fucking halfway wound the beast. No. See what I'm saying? See where the wisdom in there is? You know what I mean? Like, sure, cut off her head, but don't piss her off because, see what I'm saying? I think I was depressed in my 20s, and I had this friend, Greg Shaw, who had a record label called Bonk Records, and he's the guy that just, you know, he discovered Devo, and he's the guy that put out all the Pebbles records. And those were his personal 45s. So he basically turned everybody on to all those bands in America that only made a 45 because their dad loaned them money and they played it at dance or something. And there's like hundreds of volumes. So all those 60s compilations of unknown bands, he was the guy that actually compiled Nuggets first. Then that's why it's called Pebbles, because he said, fuck it, I'll just do this on my own. Anyways, I was talking to him one time and I was like, this is what my early 20s, I was like, Greg, I'm so depressed these days. And he's like, dude, you're the smartest person I know. You're not depressed, you have problems. And the amazing thing is you always work them out in this weird way. And I was like, oh. And it ended right there. It was like, oh. It was like a realization, the difference between depression doesn't have a reason. See, it doesn't need a reason. Right? But problems can wear you out, and fatigue and all those things are also real. But depression is something completely different. And then you got to think of Christian Marini or whatever, going like fucking well-adjusted in a sick world is sick. See what I'm saying? And that's why you got to really be suspicious of everybody around you, all fucking happy-go-lucky eating their yoga mats. Because those people are fucking sick. They're not well-adjusted, they're not fit, they're unfit. Ready? Exactly. Ready for what? What are we going to say? Wisdom? What are you going to play? Shut the fuck up! Fuck off. Really. Fuck off and die, and not necessarily in that order. Just fucking do it now. For all I care. Seriously. More fresh air for me. Of course, the movie business is not is done, it's dead, but I'm actually interested in making real movies without money because I think it's a fucking crime. And I want you to ponder what I'm going to say right now. In the 60s, right, People like Godard would do a shaving commercial and then take the whole crew and make up a whole movie and fucking would be out in 2 weeks, right? Now we have all these fucking brats, the children of baby boomers, in college, getting fucking degrees for making films. Everybody's got an iMac, they can use fucking iFilm. You can make a digital movie on your fucking camera, you can put it on Vimeo, you can put it anywhere, you can rent a cinema and project it, but guess what? We have less media available. We have more satellite channels, we've got more access to information, we have the internet to communicate with each other around the planet, and what's happening? Less than in the 60s. Go figure. You fucked up, all of you. It's true. Even the Generation Xers outnumbered the people in the 60s, and what did they do? They fucked everybody's brain. I want to ask you, Rage Against the Machine, what the fuck were they actually talking about? I could never even figure out, because it wasn't revolutionary. Were they selling coffee? Was that transcendental meditation or something? Did I miss the whole topic? The only thing I knew is they wouldn't let me on fucking TV. There's no fucking way, because I'll just tell the truth, but that guy could be on TV. So that just shows you right there.